Hey everybody, how's it going today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful, blessed day so far. Today I want to talk about what is it like being a visually impaired man. Today I want to talk about what is it like being a visually impaired man. This is going to be sort of like a testimony video, talk about things I can see as a visually impaired man, okay? Now, I know some people may be wondering, what makes his eyes move around in his videos. That's fine to ask that. Nothing wrong with asking a question. It's how you present the question, okay? It's always good to ask a personal question like that, but nothing wrong with asking it. But it's how you present your question that determines whether or not, the outcome of the question, okay? I hope that makes sense. See, the reason why my eyes move around is because, my optic nerves in my eyes are not mature strong enough. And I was born that way, and that's what caused my eyes to move around, okay? So I can't do surgery on it. If I try to do surgery on it, I'm going to be without eyesight, okay? So I just left it alone. I don't even bother it. And I just keep on this trusting the Lord Jesus Christ. He keeps me going, okay? But anyway, you know, some things, I could do real well, but then again, there are some things I, need assistance with. I don't need a cane or anything like that, okay? I'll just praise God for that. You know, when you have, visually impaired problems, your eyes are like a video camera. That's the best way I know to explain it. That's not zoomed in on one particular item in the room. You know, it's like, you happen to walk around. See, like you can picture yourself, walking around looking through a camera, right? That's not zoomed in. You're trying to do everything you need to do, looking through a camera that's not zoomed in, if that makes sense, okay? So I come from. See, that's basically the way my eyes are. It's like a video camera that's not zoomed in on one particular item. I mean, I'm just doing what I need to do, and I praise God for it. See, that's one of the reasons why I don't have a certain time on my video where I cut off at a certain time. I just, just keep going as long as the Lord give me the word to say. And when I'm done with what I need to say, I just go ahead and end the video, okay? Because there's the numbers right up there. I can't see those numbers unless I get real close to the screen, okay? So I come from. That's the reason why I don't have a like 21 minute mark, okay? So I come from, right? I mean, what you see is what you get, okay? You know what I mean? Because I love to talk. I enjoy talking. And so, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy socializing. But see, I was born all the way blind. I was not supposed to see anything at all, okay? I received my sight at 6 months old, right? See, when I was born all the way blind. I wasn't supposed to see or talk or anything. My parents, they saw a preacher on TV talking about healing prayers, you know what I'm saying? And, my parents started praying and they believed. See, they wasn't going to church back then. We wasn't raised up in a church building, okay? Just happened to be, it's out of the clear. My mom just happened to be watching the TV that day, when I was born all the way blind. And the preacher just happened to come on TV at that right time and told her, basically, said, just pray and, ask God to give you a miracle, okay? See, like 6 months later, I received my sight, okay? So I come from, right? But anyway, I was supposed to be like a vegetable. Wasn't supposed to do anything at all in general. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be nothing. So, I mean, that's basically just, like one of those people that's laying in the wheelchair. They ain't supposed to do nothing at all. So, my parents' faith and prayer, answered the prayer, okay? See, the doctors even said it's out of our control. We can't do nothing for this, baby right here. It's in God's hands, okay? It's in the higher power's hands, whether or not, he gets healed or not, okay? See, that she said it's going to need a lot of love over the years, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, my parents prayed and my grandparents prayed, and they just all had faith in it. Then one day, 6 months later, I received my sight. I started looking at stuff and started looking at around and see what I could see. So, I mean, see, when you think about, having visually impaired problems, one of the things too is, I'll say this, what some people see walk around the store, they see you need a little bit of assistance. some people help you out. That's a wonderful thing. You don't have to, ask them. They'll see that you're trying to get what you need and just try to see the price sometimes. So what I do is I just, take my phone, I turn the camera on, and I zoom in on the price tag, or just try to read what's on the back of the item before I buy it. You see what I mean? See, sometimes an employee asks me if I need any help, and I'll say, yes, I need help, or say, nah, not right now. I'm just browsing around, just checking out stuff, you know what I mean? But like I say, one of the things about, being visually impaired is, oftentimes see the true heart of some professing Christians. It's out of love, okay? Because, there's some, professing Christians that could be shallow as a world. The reason why I say that, because when you're a visually impaired person, sometimes you find yourself having a hard time making friends. Sometimes they judge you based on how your eyes look before they even give you a chance to see what kind of person you really are behind those eyes, okay? So, see, that's just the way some Christians are. I'm not saying every Christian's that way. I'll be a foolish person to say that because I have not met everybody, but I have seen some professing Christians that are that way, shallow as the world. They judge by how you look, what you have, what you own, what you got, instead of what's in your heart, the personality you put out, okay? Not saying what everybody. Once again, I'll be a fool to say that, okay? See, that's one of the things about being a visually impaired man I love about, I get to see the true colors of some professing Christians. Now, I will say this, being a visually impaired person, being a visually impaired man, it's one good way for me to stay on a straight and narrow path, okay? So I come from, right? It's a very good way for me to stay on a straight and narrow path, you saw me. But like I say, when you find friends that accept you for who you are, that's a wonderful thing because they're not looking at you for, your deformity, whether or not your eyes move around, whatever your situation is. They looking at the personality you are. They look at you and see that you don't let your disability stop you from doing things you need to do, okay? So says I can see myself in this, iPhone right here, and I can see my necklace. I can see that lamp right there stuck back there. Like I say, just trying to make the place look a little good for the videos. But like I say, it's all in the person's attitude, okay? See, that's one of the reasons why I don't worry so much about having a wife. I love to have a wife, don't get me wrong, but if I can find a woman that accepts me for the fact that I don't have perfect vision as she has, I found something more valuable than anything I can buy on eBay. I found something more valuable, than my car radios I love to work on, and electronics I love to work on, things I enjoy working with. So, I found something more valuable than that. See, what I do is, when I'm working on a car radio, I just had to hold the wires up like this and see that, okay, like, let's say, yeah, gray. You got a gray wire, right? You got a black streak right here. That's for your negative for your right speaker terminal, right? I just hold it up to be able to see it. Just turn the wire around like that. And I see that black stripe. I go with the black wire. Just go with that. And then I see the solid gray and go with that. I just have my dad or whoever to help me out. Put the solder on the wires so that way you get good connection. So I just enjoy doing the diagrams. You saw I do the diagrams and he just solders the wires. Okay. So see, had I let my disability confine me, I would have never done that. Okay, I promise you that, my friend. But I'm just being honest. Like I say, when you have a visually impaired problem, you're not ashamed to ask for help. It's never a bad thing to have an extra pair of hands helping you out. Okay, see, I'm thankful that I'm able to see things like this cup of coffee right beside me here. I just want to take a sip. I'm thankful for that. So because there's some people out there that can't see nothing at all. They just don't have no sight at all. They can't see nothing. Here I am. I'm able to see what little bit I got. And I praise God for that. See, had I stayed with the insecuritiness I once had, I wouldn't be making videos on this channel here going on 3 years, okay? So I wouldn't be making videos going on 3 years had I still had that insecurity that I once had. See, it takes a lot for a man like me to get on YouTube, with my eyes moving around. I can't help that. That's understandable. But then again, it just depends on what the viewer wants to watch, okay? I just been honest. But then again, some people that's want to judge somebody. If you can't look straight in their eye, they just judge you right off the bat. Not saying with everybody though, but I just been honest. But see, that's one thing I have learned, It's not let stuff like that bother me. If people like you for who you are, that's a great thing. If they don't, well, let's keep a step and keep moving and keep enjoying the electronics that God bless you with. It's all I mean. And I just enjoy my, family that I have that helped me out when I need it. It's all I come from. I just thank God for that. But like I say, being visually impaired, you honestly, see the heart of a professing Christian. Also, you can see the heart of professing, people in general. You know what I mean? That say, "Oh yeah, we love people for who they are," but if you don't look as perfect as they do, they stick the nose up at you. Not saying with everybody. That's being honest. Sometimes I just get tired of the facade. You just want to just jerk the rug out, let the mask come out of it. You get see where I come from. Soon as I would have had some friends, it's a wonderful thing. See, my friends in high school, well, they got married and have kids now, so they really don't got time for me anymore. You saw me because I understand that family come first, right? But anyway, when you have some true friends that sticks to you like a more closer than a brother, they don't look at you any different because you don't look as perfect as they look. That's a wonderful thing when you have somebody like that. Set aside my friends Danny and Don for 6 years. We had a good 6 year friendship. Long story short, they passed away back in 2011. I met them in 2005. They passed away in 2011 anyway. But as I say, they passed away in a car accident. Danny's truck was ready to be picked up for the garage, and that's happened to have a head-on collision. And Danny passed away on the scene. His brother passed away later on that year. But anyway, one thing I admire about those friends of mine is they didn't look at me any different because I had visually impaired problems, okay? They didn't look at me any different or less of a human either. So, they saw me with a great personality. They, showed me what it's like, to have a true Christian friend. You saw me. There's so much I could say on that story there, but I just want to stick on a point here, okay? Because like I say, when you run across good Christian friends like that never sticks with you. So I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake. I said that sticks with you, okay? So that's one of the things I do. Sometimes I mess up in my videos. Sometimes when I correct myself when it's talking to you, like if I was talking to you a person, okay? I'm not a perfect YouTuber, okay? Like, I'm saying? I'm not like everybody else, and it's unique. You know what I'm saying? I just thank God for the ones that, appreciate me. So I'll come from, right? That's one thing about being visually impaired. You just learn to be strong and appreciate the ones who appreciate you for who you are, okay? So I come from, right? But anyway, now I'll go ahead and say this right quick. That's like if I'm at a restaurant, if I don't already know what's on the menu, right? If I'm by myself, if I were to be by myself, what I have to do is take a picture of the menu that's on the board above the cashiers, and then look at the menu and see what's on there, and just go up to the cashier and say, "Hey, I like this, number 20 or whatever you got." You see what I'm saying? Or if I had somebody with me, they could tell me what's on the menu. So I come from. See, my whole point is, what little bit I got, you learn to work with what you got, okay? What little bit you have, you learn to appreciate what you have, you saw me. So I come from, right? So that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I just enjoy what, God has blessed me with, you saw what I'm saying? Because, it's a blessing to be able to see things I'm able to see. So, I can see people and different things like that. Now, let me say this. For me to be able to see somebody's eyes real well, sometimes they'll have to be, sort of like directly in front of me. So, because, all right, let me say this right here. I hope this makes sense here, okay? See, like if somebody's wanting to get my attention, right, want me to come over there, right? what they'll have to do is wave at me or something like that. They just, say, hey, would you like to come over here or something like that, okay? So I'm trying to say, right? That makes it hard for a visually impaired person, okay? Somebody could be like, somebody with good vision, right? For example, you get to see somebody over there across the room looking at you, giving those eyes, wanting you to come over. Yeah, I'll miss that, okay? Yeah, I'll miss that unless they're doing this number or something like that, okay? So, I mean, or they come over my way. So, I mean, that's the only way. So, I mean, but like I say, you know, it's a good thing for people to ask somebody, like me, what you can and can't see, or ask any kind of question. So, I mean, because it's not something you should be scared of asking somebody like me a question like that, because you don't know unless you ask somebody a question, okay? Set aside with, reading comments, right? I had to hold comments, all right, the phone up to my eyes like this and read a comment, okay? So, I mean, I just had to hold the phone up to my eye like this, up to my face like this, and read the comments. That's how I reply back to your comments. That's how I mean. See, where there's a will, there's a way, right? And I learned to overcome the insecuritiness. Especially like when you're out in public, right? You got a big phone, right? Some people could be insecure, but I overcame that. I used to be like insecure about holding the phone up to my eyes, in public. You saw me. I thank God that I don't have that insecuritiness anymore. Now, I will say this though. The blessing that I have with actually looking like I'm, legally blind is people don't have to second guess it, okay? Because some people can look totally normal, and their eyes are totally normal. You can't tell they're legally blind unless they tell you, okay? That's how you come up with these comments on some blind YouTubers saying you don't look blind. Well, it's because they have perfect looking eyes, okay? When you have perfect looking eyes that's looking straight at you, right? And not moving around. Yeah, that's where I come from. See, like I say, I never had that, compliment saying, you don't look blind. You don't look like you don't look like you have a visually impaired problem. I never had that happen to me before. You see what I mean? Which that's a blessing because they don't have to second guess it, okay? You see what I mean? They don't have to second guess whether or not I really am legally blind or not, because they see it in my eyes, okay? You see what I mean? But like I say, when you find people that accept you for who you are, that's a wonderful thing. That's a blessing right there. You see where I come from. When you find people that accept you for who you are, that's a wonderful thing, because like I said, that's one of the big things I have learned being a legally blind man is I see the true colors of professor Christians, and people say, oh yeah, we have a good heart. We have a big heart. Heart big as size of Texas. I'm not from Texas. I'm from North Carolina. I just had to make that statement there. So, because some people say, yeah, we have the heart and size of Texas, but you don't have that heart you claim you have. Not saying everybody, but that's being for real. But I'm just being honest. When you're just honest about things, how you see it, what things are like in life, that's a wonderful thing. See, one of the things that my uncle told me before he passed away, what they having 3 years ago, is God did not make a mistake when he created you. If somebody can't accept you for who you are, they don't need you in the beginning, first place. So, that's their bust and it's their loss, not yours. If they can't accept you for who you are, you don't need them. That's what my family would say. They would say that the same exact thing. If I were to walk up to them and say, I have insecurities about being legally blind, they would say, there ain't anything wrong with you. If people can't accept it for who you are, you don't need them no way. So, say one thing about people being only about looks only is that looks fade over time, right? If good looks was the only thing you had going in your marriage, then why does good looks fade as you get older? So, right? That's what I say. Some people, they had good, healthy bodies, right? Good, healthy eyes, right? But they got in a car accident or got sick or something happened that caused them to become deformed or whatever their situation may be. they don't look as perfect as they did before, okay? So, I mean, see, I'll say this too. You know, years ago, back when everybody else was getting their driver's license, most people ask, did you ever get jealous of anybody getting their driver's license? A little bit. It just kind of sucked, hearing everybody else, oh, yeah, I got my license. I got my license. But then again, how many of those daggone people I know back then that got their license lost to DUI? Yeah, you lost your license to DUI. And when you have a legally blind man wishing he could drive. You see what I'm saying, right? See, I made this point right here as I end this video right here. I could go on and on about this all day if I could, you know what I mean? But like I say, I'll say this right here. One of the things that most men, I'm going to be honest, that most men in society, when it comes to finding a wife, when it comes to finding a girlfriend, right? It's got to be able to drive. It's got to be able to drive, right? So that kind of puts me in the out category because I can't drive, right? But then again, the flip side, a man who lost his driver's license to his DUI, well, she's still going to pick him up, take him on a date. It's still where I come from. Just have a sense of humor because I have seen that happen over the years. Like, I used to feel bad about not being able to drive because ain't a woman going to want a guy that can't drive. Then again, I've seen some of my bros before in the past that I once knew. Yeah, they used to get drunk and party. They got several DUIs and they lost their license and behind that. And they still picked women up. They had to go pick them up so they could take them on a date. So, I mean, I'm like, dang. So, if this guy right here who got a DUI could get a woman and after he lost his driver's license, well, there ain't no reason I can't find one. So, I mean, is that not the truth, right? But like I say, you got to have a sense of humor in life. If you don't have a sense of humor in life, you don't have no enjoyment in life, okay? But like I say, I used to get a little bit jealous of people in school, back when they got the driver's license, but I don't let it bother me no more, you know what I mean? Because it does kind of suck, everybody else gets to get a driver's license about driving themselves here and there, but here you are, you can't drive yourself here and there. But like I say, it's basically just, it's just on their time. So, I mean, you ride with them, you're on their time. You see what I mean? First, if somebody's able to drive it, ready to go, put the key in the initial switch, let's go. So, I mean, but like I say, but I don't let it bother me, though. But some people with visually impaired problems, they would. But me, though, nah. I mean, as long as they take me to place, that's all I need to know, though. So I mean, that's all that matters to me. But like I say, when you have friends, when you have family that help you out, taking places you need to go, that's a wonderful thing when you have that. Because like I say, even the Uber drivers and taxi drivers are not reliable sources either. So I mean, even with some people who's always blind, they got to be careful with some of those Uber drivers. So I mean, because I have heard of people, who is all the way blind and cannot see at all. They got took advantage of and they got their money took away from them. Now, let me in with this story since I brought this up. I just hadn't thought about this in years. Back when me and my friend Danny was hanging around a lot, his friend named Herman, he was all the way blind, right? And he had drink machines and snack machines, and Danny and Donald used to go help him out with it. Anyway, somebody he was allowing to help him out one time with those drink machines and snack machines. They was supposed to be counting the quarters, nickels, and dimes, and dollar bills, and sort them all out and put them in the bag and cash them in. Anyway, there was somebody who took advantage of him, took advantage of a blind man who could not see anything at all. Took every single dollar he had. That's pretty sorry. That's pretty bad when somebody does that to be a legally blind person or a blind person in general. That's pretty sorry when you do somebody like that. So, I mean, I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's sad. So I mean, but I thank God that I'm able to see something like that. You know what I mean? But like I say, there's some people out there that do that kind of stuff. You gotta be careful with too. That's the reason why I made that point about, even with somebody always blind, he can't be reliable on a Uber driver. He can't be reliable on a taxi driver. So that's one of the reasons why I said in one of my videos before. I mean, as a visually impaired person, you gotta be careful about who you allow into your life, because you don't want just anybody just walking into your life, because you want somebody to be able to, you can be able to depend on to help you out when you need them. Okay, you just can't just have anybody just walking in the door. So I mean, because some people may say, yeah, we have a good carrot heart, we have a carrot heart, but they will rob you for a little thing that you have right behind saying, I have a carrot heart for you. So I mean, so that's why I say you gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove when you have visually impaired problems. So I was like I say, anybody can see somebody that's disabled and take them for every little thing they got if they're not careful. So I mean, when somebody's wise about this type of things, yeah, some of those people that's wanting to play around with somebody like that, they don't fool with them people. But like I say, when you see people that you can count on and help you out, that's a wonderful thing. Say, it's not saying that you're not able to do anything on your own, but it's good to have somebody there to help you get from point A to point B when you need it, okay? An extra pair of hands does not hurt anybody, so I mean, because it's always good to have, some extra help every so often. It's all I mean. See, just because, I'm legally blind don't mean I'm a helpless person, okay? Because I'm thankful I'm able to do things I need to do, okay? I may not do stuff as perfect as others do, but at least I give them my all and my best I can do. And it's coming straight from the heart when I try to do what I do with what I got. So I'll see you guys later back in my next video. If anybody has any questions or feedback or anything, if there's anything you'd like to add, just feel free to leave that in the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Have a blessed, wonderful day. God bless.